Psalm 1. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the troublesome, but his will is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by streams of waters, that produces its fruit in its season, and his leaf shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. Not so are the ungodly, not so, but they are like the dust, the wind that dries from the face of the earth. Therefore the ungodly shall not rise in the judgment, nor sinners in the counsel of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. This is written from Father Patrick Henry Reardon. Psalm 1. Blessed is the man. Each week the Church recites her way through the Psalter, section by section, at the various canonical hours throughout the days and even nights. Each section is called a kathisma, the word indicating that one may be seated for the recitation. This recitation begins on Saturday evening, at the first Vespers for Sunday, when we chant the first kathisma, Psalms 1 through 8. Thus the Church's liturgical week normally begins with the opening words of Psalm 1. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the godless, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. Like the Sermon on the Mount, the book of Psalms commences with the Beatitude, a pronunciation of the blessings of God on the just man. The original Hebrew is delicious to pronounce at this point. Oh, the blessings of the man who walks not. 3 postures are considered: walking, standing, and sitting. There are 3 places the just man will not be found: following the counsel of the godless, standing in the way that sinners go, and seated among the scoffers. Warning against these 3 categories are found all through the Bible's wisdom literature. But the scoffers lets him appear here as the very climax of evil. Outside of this verse, in Isaiah 29:20, scoffer is found only in the book of Proverbs, 14 times, and is a synonym for the consummate fool. What is warned against in verse 1 is evil counsel, an idea that appears all through Proverbs, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Job, as well as in many narrative passages, such as the counsel of Ahithophel in 2 Samuel 16 and 17, the counsel of the young men in 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 14, etc. Many individuals in the Bible are led astray by following evil counsel. Absalom, Rehoboam, Sennacherib, I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. 2 Kings 18:20, Isaiah 36:5, Zedekiah, Ahaziah, 2 Chronicles 22:5, Amnon, counseled by Jonadab, and 2 Samuel 13, the Sanhedrin under Caiaphas, and so on. It is significant then that the book of Psalms, and hence the liturgical week, commences with a consideration of certain wisdom themes. So far, the emphasis is entirely negative. That is, we are told what the just man does not do. Now, just what does the just man do? He delights in the law of the Lord, and on that law does he meditate day and night. Here is our program for the week, at various times during the day and even the night, to enjoy meditation on God's law. St. Paul also speaks of delighting in the law of the Lord, Romans chapter 7, verse 22. The meditation could also be translated as musing, and it is a source of pleasure, amusing. This is how the week of prayer will be spent. Our psalm is saying, in the enjoyment of meditation. And to what does this constant meditation lead? And he shall be like the tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth his fruit in his season. Already in the opening lines of the liturgical week, we are told that this is a matter of observing seasons. The habit of prayer, this incessant meditation on God's law, is not supposed to be something immediately useful. Trees do not bear fruit right away. They first must eat amply of the earth and drink deeply of its water. Such nourishment must serve first to build up the tree. The fruit will come later on, when it's supposed to. The life of Christian prayer and meditation knows nothing of instant holiness. It is all a matter of perseverance and patience. Some trees do not even begin to bear fruit for many years. The idea of the fruit-bearing tree as an image of the just man is found elsewhere in the Bible, particularly Psalm 91 in the Septuagint, 92 in the Masoretics, verse 13 through 15. By way of comparison, we observe that the latter psalm, like this one, portrays a contrast between the wicked who perish and the just who abide. Thus, the liturgical week begins with a wisdom format. But there's a great deal more here. Just who is this blessed man of whom the psalmist speaks? It is not man in general. In truth, it really is not simply a human being. The underlying words, here translated as man, are emphatically masculine. That is, gender-specific in the original Hebrew, ish, as well as the Greek, anir, and Latin vir versions. They are not the Hebrew Adam and Greek anthropos, nouns accurately translated as human being. The man of reference here is a particular man. According to the Fathers of the Church, he is the one mediator between God and man, the man Jesus Christ. The law of the Lord, which is to be our delight, meditation day and night, finds its meaning only in Him. Christ is the one who fulfills it, and He is the key to its understanding. Apologize for my cough.